The fate is disturbing.
Believe it. Okay.
What's going on, Geeks? You listen to episode 358 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name's Cody Armour, and I'm here with LJ Lowry.
Yo!
Who we traded for Shelley Nolan. She has the Ronas, so she's gotta feel better. Not feeling great right now. So.
Yeah.
Shelley, hope you feel better soon. I always say that, and then I get like weird. I don't know if this was a thing for you, but whenever I go to work, it was like a secret when someone would have COVID. And I've never understood.
It was real sketchy at first when like COVID was first a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like I remember being like super quiet about it when I had to like go home one day because somebody in my family tested positive. I'm just like, nobody say nothing. I'm going. Just don't. You know, like.
Yeah.
So it's a different. I feel like it's a different kind of vibe now for sure. But it was definitely that initial scare. You know, like.
I remember someone would call in sick, and then they would be like, "Was it COVID?" And we're like, "We're not saying. We don't know."
Yeah,
we don't know, or we're not saying. And I'm like, you do know.
Yeah, because you don't want everybody freaking out and stuff. Yeah, like I.
Yeah, but I feel like it would be better for everyone to know so that everyone would get tested. So
Yes.
I think that was a scare, though. They're like, we don't want to lose everybody because everyone
Yes.
was positive.
Yes.
Maybe that's it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I always thought that was odd. That was definitely a thing around here.
Yeah. Yep. There was one time where my sister got. I think she tested positive or something. And my family called me and I told my boss and I was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna go." Like, and then I think I even stayed home that whole week and didn't even test positive. So I was like,
"Oh man,
yeah, awkward." Anyway.
Well, Shelley, hope you feel better. This week we're geeking out about Baldurs Gate because who isn't? Movie sequels and Daryl Dixon's bad decisions. The show may be a bad decision. I don't know yet. We'll see. It may be great. It may be awesome. Maybe they can breathe some life into this franchise. Trying to throw puns in there. I actually like Walking Dead a lot. I just on the fence about these new spin-offs. We'll see. Before we do that, we'll get into the games that we've been playing. I've played a little bit of Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, nice.
I haven't got far. I got into the school. If anyone's played the game, you kind of know what's going on. Literally, Charizard.
That's not far
I've got a
at all.
really big soft spot for most of the first 150 Pokemon. So Charizard, Gyarados, and Gengar. When I think of like my favorite Pokemon, those three are like for sure up there. Probably Gengar, but Charizard's a big one. And right now, if you have Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, you can download. You go to your mystery box. Or mystery gift, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And you can get a Charizard that what's in its Terra form is Dark type.
Ooh, I need to go grab that.
Yeah, and it's literally you just get a code. You have to have played a little bit of the game to get to the point where you can open up the Poke Portal, is what it was called.
Yeah.
So I basically played until I got to the Poke Portal and turned it off. But my opinions still aren't that changed. I think I'm a little bit kinder to it now that I've beaten Tears of the Kingdom. I think that was a big part of it was I could play that or Tears of the Kingdom, and Tears of the Kingdom was...
You only had it for like, what, a week, right? Or something before you got to Tears of the Kingdom? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It might not have been a week. It might have been a few days. And like, Tears of the Kingdom is such a masterpiece. The comparison, it was just kind of like, graphically, it's so inferior to Tears of the Kingdom. There's this mountain in the background, and the game even like shows you the mountain. And it's like, look how beautiful this mountain is. And it's this like copy-paste texture. Yeah, you can see the squares like across the. It looks like I need to I need to put like a better settings on the game. Like,
it looks like you're playing on low.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah.
I still don't understand why a game with that much money behind it. I don't know how much they put in the Pokemon game, but the Pokemon company has lots of money. Couldn't produce something more on the lines of like Tears of the Kingdom.
That's been the struggle lately in the past couple of years. Everybody's like, why are you doing this? Like, give us
make
some
a good
quality.
game. But I have gotten like my little Charizard that I got. He's been following me around. He's been bringing me berries. He's been fighting Pokemon on his own, and all that pretty cool. There was a Pokemon flying in the air, and I Which for like land and like threw a thing at it, threw a Pokemon at it, and then fought it and caught it, and like all of that's pretty neat that I can do that in a Pokemon game.
It is a fun game. Like it is a step up, I think, in a lot of regards, and kind of a step back in others.
Yeah, I think I'm just disappointed in it graphically because I expect so much more from a company that is that big. But that's all I've been playing. I've been playing that in Pokemon Sleep. My Pokemon Sleep is still
that's how do you play that? Yeah,
not great. But the game has been enlightening at the very least, and kind of addictive. I want to catch the Pokemon that I want to catch, and so I do come back every day to try to get the ones that I want. But yeah. What have you been playing?
I've been playing actually my Xbox this week. I didn't expect to be playing as much of it as I thought I would. I ended up grabbing Remnant 2, which is it's a Souls-like shooter. The first one came out a few years ago. It was the first one was really solid. Me and my brother played a good bit of it. It had this almost not like roguelite-ish, like this roguish. It kind of randomly generated some of like the dungeons and stuff, and how you would what you would see, when you're completing the main objective and things like that. And you can like re-roll it, if you wanted to, RNG kind of stuff. This one, apparently they go a bit harder into it. I don't know how hard because I started the game. Basically, it's a post-apocalyptic setting. And you fight all these like plant creatures. I forget. It's called like Root Rot or something that's like taking over the world. And the original game had this like almost multiversal like portal thing where you go across dimensions. And so I don't know if this is something that I have done or if other players have done. But the first area is like this swampy, foresty area with like some temples in between and stuff like that. So I don't know how much of that is randomly generated. I know there's a story to it and everything, but it's super fun. The shooting feels great. I appreciate it as a Souls. It is a Souls-like, but it feels like it's actually created with some cleverness. Like the boss fights are super fun, which in the first game the boss fights were all ads. Like half of them were just like, oh, we're just gonna throw these ads at you, But I just feel like this game was a lot more lovingly designed. The game is designed to punish you, but also it just feels like it was well crafted and like, no, we're gonna give you that challenge, but we're also gonna like let you be able to enjoy it, kind of a thing. Like the Souls games are like, nope, let's just make a monster pop out of a wall and kick your teeth in like one hit, that kind of a thing. I really dig it. It's definitely like a looter shooter, super fun. I got it on Xbox because I'm hoping to play with my brother at some point when we can get together. But super fun. It's on everything right now. It's one of the top reviewed games of the year, I think. Just one of those kind of sleeper hits. But yeah, it's super fun, super good. It definitely has this post-apocalyptic vibe that I was trying to channel because of some stuff I'll talk about later for that TTRPG we started. So I wanted those vibes. And then I actually got back into Killer Instinct because we talked about it last week, and I was like, ooh, like I want to get back into this before the update comes. I don't think they've had an exact day for like the update or anything. But it's got a really cool... Like, I haven't tried playing online or anything because I just don't think anybody's playing it right now. Unless it did spark some interest. I might have to go check. But it's got this cool single-player mode that I forgot about that I really enjoy called Shadow Lords. And it's almost this, like... almost board game-ish kind of thing where you're fighting for control of, like, the planet. You pick 3 characters out of the roster. And we've been talking about guest characters the last couple of weeks with fighting games. This one actually has General Rom from Gears of War. It's got the Battletoads. You can play as the Battletoads. You can play as the Arbiter from Halo. It may have another one or two. I think those are like the big ones though. But it's pretty cool though. It's a fun game that's really built on combos. Like the whole back in the day, like the main announcer. So instead of fatalities, they have what's called an ultra combo. So if you hit the right sequence of buttons and you have your shadow meter filled, like when you're finishing somebody off, you'll hear the guy go, ultra combo, like it's so excited about it, like it's like yeah. But that's where the whole combo breaker thing came from, was like the original Killer Instinct. Okay. So it's funny.
Like a werewolf, am I right?
Yes, there? Yep, Saber Wolf, yep, he's in there. The ninja, They had a ninja guy. The Shadow Lord's mode is super fun because like you can take the 3 characters, and basically you can enhance your characters, heal them and revive them, because with each turn you're having to like fight over territories and stuff, and then there's like a little prompt that'll come up being like, hey, this thing happened, what do you want to do? And depending on what you choose, you'll get like rewards from it, or you'll get like something negative happens. But you can you'll do fights with like these mimics and shadows, they call them, which are mostly just clones. But then whenever you let a certain region of the earth get like too high in like danger, basically the main henchman of like the main bad guy is this gargoyle thing named Gargos, and he's got these like demon things that basically you have to kill, I think it's like 4 or 5 of the demon things and then Gargos to win the game. So it's almost kind of roguish in that like you could totally get wiped out and you could totally lose, and then start a new run if you want. I had a team that I've been like, when I play this off and on, I've been using the same team, so that's been kind of cool. So I got this dude, Thunder, who's like a Native American like chief. He was in one of the originals. And then I have this this Aztec girl, her name's Maya, and then I have Arbiter from Halo. So it's like a really cool team, and that's like I've been sticking with them the whole time. And so I think I've already taken down 1 or 2 of the demons, and difficulty increases as you go. So it's one of those things where it gets harder and harder. So I'm curious to see. I want to like see if I can actually like win a round, because I think I've lost before, but like to actually win that would be fun. I forgot how creative that single player mode is, because a lot of fighting games, they struggle. There's some that struggle with giving single player content, and there's others that just do the stories like really good, like Mortal Kombat and everything like that. So yeah,
I need a Ninja Turtles to get on there. They've done everything else.
Mm-hmm.
They can have a Battletoad versus Ninja Turtle fight.
That's funny. I think they literally have an old game on the Genesis or Super Nintendo with Battletoads and Double Dragon. So, like, it wouldn't be, like, far off. Oh, man. Yeah. So, I didn't expect to talk about this game for that long, but it's definitely
been... That crossover hasn't happened yet.
I know, right? It seems like... and, yeah, it's super
easy
cool.
one.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into the gaming news then. Go ahead, LJ.
Yeah, some pretty light stuff real quick. Since we were just talking about it, we keep finding ways to talk about the Ninja Turtles lately. And I guess the new movie coming out has only fueled that, so it just gives us more opportunity. But the last Ronin game that we definitely talked about whenever it got like teased or rumored, or whoever, I know somebody like mentioned it was being worked on. I think somebody at Paramount, oddly enough. But we got confirmation and on the THQ Nordic showcase that the last Ronin game is being worked on by THQ Nordic, and I forget the name of the company off the top of my head, but they worked on the remasters for the most recent Destroy All Humans games, which I never would have thought, like, oh, that's a random, like, company, but
yeah.
THQ Nordic is, they're like, they're really good publishers. They got a lot of stuff going on. Not all of it is like super high, amazing quality, but it's still like a lot of those games fall into the B tier category. Like,
right.
Just short of like super blockbuster AAA. So I have faith that it'll be something decent. The teaser's super cool. You get to see like all like these 4 candles get like blown out except for one, and it's just like, oh,
the black and white aesthetic.
Yes, it's coming. So yeah,
well, music had some Avatar: The Last Airbender vibes.
Mm-hmm.
If that was an Avatar game, I would have been like, "Yep, makes sense. Music works."
Yeah, I'm excited. I kind of wish Shelly was here to geek out about this a little bit too, but we have not seen anything yet as far as the gameplay or whatever. But the fact that it has been confirmed is exciting. So, yeah. The other thing that people can't seem to stop talking about lately has been Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, it looks so good. I don't have it yet. I want it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on I'm waiting till it comes out on console because, like, I don't know. I just don't. You know, I don't know. I'm sure my PC could run it, but probably not to the best of the ability. And I feel like just playing on, like, my PlayStation is where I want to be at with it. So the news here is that it's the highest rated PC game on Metacritic right now, with a 97. I think it might be like of the year possibly, but it's everybody's talking about it. It beat out some crazy number like 800,000. I mean, it's probably more now, like concurrent players or something like that. It's reached a crazy high user score on Metacritic as well that like overtook Tears of the Kingdom. And user scores don't mean anything to me. Like, I mean, they really don't mean much. It's just, you know, people going and typing and stuff. You know, like what they think about the game. But I still think it's cool that people kind of banded together because, like, and did that because it's the closest thing we'll ever get to like a full-on Dungeons and Dragons video game. And people seem to be enjoying it. You can do. It sounds like you can. Oh, I want to approach it this way, or I want to say this thing. The only game, and it's kind of neat because Larian, before they made this game, they made the Divinity Original Sin games, and that was basically their resume, and it was close enough. And the Wizards of the Coast, I guess, was like, "Hey, we see you. Work out. You know, come do our game." And so
the dialogue in this game is so extensive. There's so many different options.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't seem real, like that they were able to get so much done.
Yeah.
I watched a guy flip a coin for like 2 minutes on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a little kid flipping a coin. I don't know, but the options that were there for him to just like decide not to, he was just being obstinate.
Mm-hmm.
And like totally different responses than you would get being another character doing the exact same thing. That takes a lot of work. That's a lot of voice acting and animating and everything else.
It sure is.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's been in early access for a little while, but now like it's here now, and I've waited because I didn't want to. Like, it's one of those games like if you played in early access, you have to restart. You know, there's no because at that point it sounds like it's just a different game now, completely almost. But yeah, I'm excited for it. It just makes me more pumped up to check it out. So I think it comes out at the beginning of September on PlayStation. I think Xbox is still we're being worked on. So yeah, I'm excited to join the bandwagon on this one. I think Shelly said she is going to check it out as well. So we'll be talking about it soon enough. But I keep watching TikTok videos and stuff, and people doing silly things and trying different things and showing their characters and stuff, and it's really cool. So
yeah, looks fun.
Yeah. And then the last piece of news I think is more interesting if you find yourself time in between some of these big releases to check it out. Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting released a week earlier on October 5th instead of I think it was like the 12th or something like that. It was coming out, but the game went gold today, which basically means like it's ready to distribute. It's been printed, you know, like they're pushing it out there. But they announced the whole week early release date thing, which I assume and many others assume that it's to get out of the way of Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Wonder, I guess. Because those are two big releases that people are going to be playing that month. I still don't know if I will be checking out Mirage because of Spider-Man 2, but that is definitely one of those games like when a Black Friday sale or something where it'll be like half off. Like I'll check it out. It's going back to its roots of like the original.
Yes, a lot of Assassin's Creed fans I feel like are going to really enjoy that game.
Yes. We haven't had a like regular game since like I want to say. Oh, what was that one? The one that was set in like London and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been a while.
Syndicate was the name.
Syndicate.
But yeah, so I mean, I think it'll be, to me, yeah, it'll be exciting because while I did enjoy like Odyssey and Origins and stuff like that, I think it'll be nice to go like to have that kind of pared down and go back to the original. But there's like I think 8 other games or projects in development for Assassin's Creed, so it sounds like I think we're still gonna get an open world RPG one at some point. But this is kind of it seems like they're having something for everybody. You know, like this is for the older. I don't want to say old school, but I guess 2007 to 2009 when like the first and second one were coming out. Like I guess that is older now. So, but traditional fans.
Assassin's Creed 3 was my first one, and so I've always been told that I've never really gotten a true Assassin's Creed experience.
Yeah, I would say if you do decide to ever to go back, they got the Ezio collection, and that's like for a lot of people that's like the most definitive like Assassin's Creed trilogy. So
nice.
Yeah. So I'll be checking out Mirage at some point, but that's gaming news.
All right, we'll get into the movies then. LJ, I'll let you go first on that.
Okay. I watched some older things, not too much older.
I did too, not super old. But...
I've been getting way back into drawing and art and stuff, and so the other night I decided, I'm gonna draw some like Avatar stuff from like the movie Avatar, and so I put on the movie and just started drawing and stuff like that. And so the thing I appreciated about watching this movie again, because the last time I watched it in theaters, is there are 3 movies that I can say that like I almost enjoyed watching more on my TV than the theaters, and Avatar was one of them. Especially The Way of Water. Like I was like, oh wow, like this. Not that it didn't look beautiful before, but just seeing it on my TV was like super crisp. And my nephew is probably burned out Across the Spider-Verse this past week because I bought that, and so like while I didn't really watch that entire movie to really be like, oh yeah, I watched it again. That is one of the other movies that I was just like, wow, like this is so like it looks so dang good in 4K on not even necessarily 4K, but just you feel like you actually get to see every little color and detail now. And then like watching The Batman, which a movie on the flip side was so dark you can't see anything, but when I got my Blu-ray for that, I was like, oh gosh, like this is way cleaner, way better, and way smoother. So I think Avatar is definitely one of those ones that's like worth a rewatch just to like watch on whatever size screen you got. So it was fun to rewatch that. And I'm just kind of reminded of like I actually low-key kind of enjoy those movies. I know they're like the Nickelback of like movies these days. Everybody kind of hates on it to hate on it, but I enjoyed them, so it was a good time. The other one I watched probably because of like I saw this list of like, oh, if you like Spider-Verse, here's movies to watch. I watched Intergalactic on Netflix. That's the Kid Cudi movie. And it's very, very Spider-Verse animated influenced, and it's actually like almost like I guess it is. It's a romance. It's a romance story. There's not really like, I mean, it's not even like I wouldn't call it. It's definitely like a romance like adventure is kind of the way to put it. Kid Cudi being the artist he is, and like you could see he definitely has his influence on it. A lot of trippy stuff because it's one of those movies that I'm sure people under the influence are going to be like, it's just got that artistic style. And that's also just kind of Kid Cudi's vibe. In his music, he did the whole soundtrack for this movie, and it was really fun. Like as a fan, like over the years, I'm just like, yeah, this is totally like it speaks to people like me who listen to his music. And then what else? And then there's other like little like nods and things like that too, like his music. And there's like this. Basically, the main plot is like one of the parts is like he's a comic book artist, and one of the things he basically gets hired on to be a comic book artist, but he basically places these this wall art and like street art of this character called Mr. Rager, which is literally the name of one of his songs and stuff like that, and just kind of a character he's mentioned in his music. And so I'm like, that's cool. Like I kind of geeked out about that. So his music, his first 2 albums, really got me through a lot of tough times. Whenever I was just kind of in search of of what to do back in the day, kind of before I got saved and all that. So it was just really cool to like go back to that. So trippy movie, definitely like rated R. It's definitely got some mature themes in it. So I would say if anybody's gonna go check it out, use caution. So yeah, it's good though.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Movie I watched was something that you can get on Amazon Prime, and that is Jurassic World Dominion. We were just looking at movies that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
We haven't been in theaters as much last year as we wanted to. Might have been last year this movie came out, isn't it?
Either that or earlier this year.
Yeah, it might have been earlier this year. I can't remember. Kind of fell through the cracks. And so we watched the other two in theater and really enjoyed them. And this one was fun too. It's got some like definite cheesiness to it. But I think it's kind of on purpose.
Yeah.
There's just bits where like the music will get like really dramatic. Like a villain came in a shot and they said some villainous thing and then it went dun dun dun. Basically.
Yeah.
And so it was fun. It was really cool because it felt like it was two different movies that kind of combined into one. You're following the new crew, right? Chris Pratt.
Yes.
And then you have the original movies, or like original Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And they are doing their own thing, and the story kind of like joins together.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I don't know, just a neat way to do it. I feel like plot was good, everything was enjoyable.
How do you feel about it being like a definitive, like almost end? Because I think it was billed that way.
Yeah.
Like I have mixed feelings about it because like I actually kind of like I'm like, ooh, this movie's not very. To me, it was like kind of messy, but I also like kind of really enjoyed it.
Okay. I didn't think it was messy. I thought it was like, I was like, oh, it all kind of like came together really well.
There was like weird subplots and things like that I'm like, okay. But
yeah, I could see that.
I did like it. I guess it's too hard to talk about without being spoilery, but I have mixed feelings on it. Like I both like really enjoyed it, and like I'm both like, oh okay, I'm like all right, I guess this is how you're gonna go with it, but
right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a definitive end, I think kind of like, why not make a definitive end? You can't bleed it dry. We needed something to like
if you're gonna end it, just end it almost.
It's nice that franchises are willing to end things and not just bleed them dry forever kind of thing.
Yes.
So that was kind of where
I saw that in theaters, I think, actually, one night, just because I was, like, curious. I wanted to see it, but, yeah.
Yeah. I never got a chance to, so. Like I said, Amazon Prime. There's a few different movies on there that we'll probably need to catch up on soon. Hopefully we will. It takes time.
Yeah. Things are getting weird about going to the movies too right now. Like there's still stuff I really want to see. I just haven't been able to go.
Yeah. Well, I really want to see the Ninja Turtles as well.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that last week, but yes, it was good. I was glad I went to see that.
But that's all that I watched. We can get into the movie news. We got a couple different things here, both dealing with sequels, which is interesting.
Yeah.
First one, kind of bummer news for some. Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot has been going around and saying, not going around, it was reported that she was working with James Gunn on a Wonder Woman 3, and she was going to be producing it, and it were like her project. That was kind of the rumors. None of that's true.
Yeah, hearing this stuff right now, like, 'cause I see all these like fake like posts from like random pages on Facebook, and it's like so and so says they're working on this, or so this is being developed, and I'm like, we're kind of going through a strike right now, so like,
yeah, no one's working on anything.
What are you talking about? So this is like, I would like for that to be a thing, especially like if they want to clean up, especially if they want to clean up like the second one, or like just kind of like bounce back after that. I do think it's a good idea for James Gunn to include Wonder Woman in his universe again. But I don't know
if it has to be Gal Gadot.
It doesn't have to necessarily be her, but
yeah,
I think they do need to.
I think the biggest mistake is that they're not just fresh, like starting from scratch.
Yeah,
they're trying to like bring some in, and I'm like, just don't, just
erase
start
it all
over. Yeah. Blue Beetle makes a little bit of sense because you can kind of get him, like, he's separated enough.
Oh, that's coming out this next week too. Oh man.
Yeah, another movie.
I do got to see that.
Like, I don't know. It makes things so much more confusing to have some people coming back and some people not. Like Aquaman, don't know what's going on with that. I think that.
Gosh, I forgot that sequel wasn't even out yet either. Like what?
Yeah, we got a long ways before we see James Gunn's DCU.
Ah.
I'll do this. Fandom Wire, calling them out. They are a website. I don't know. They kind of do like just like articles on pop culture and things. And man, they poop on James Gunn all the time. I don't know what they have against James Gunn, but they were like James. Yeah, I guess they're like James Gunn's Flash failed. James Gunn's Blue Beetle's gonna fail. Like, none of this is his.
Especially the Flash. Like that's
like granted, James Gunn said that the Flash was going to be this amazing movie, and it wasn't. Apparently, I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither. I'm gonna wait till it comes on Max.
Yeah, that's it. And so it's kind of like, I don't know. Fandom Wire, calling you out. It's not James Gunn's universe. Stop hating on him. We don't know what his universe looks like yet.
Clickbait.
Yeah, they're like James Gunn's stuff failed before it's even started. I was like, it literally hasn't started. Wow, it has nothing to do with that Flash movie.
Yeah,
but bringing in like Aquaman and stuff makes things a little weird.
It does.
Get new people.
Yeah,
Jason Momoa wants to play Lobo. Let him play Lobo.
That would be awesome. So
perfect for him.
And there's probably somebody else who's worthy of a new Wonder Woman, easily.
Yeah, definitely. I see Sophia Cass out there that I think would work for all of them. And then we have an Uncharted sequel. The producer of Uncharted, first one. I don't remember who it was off the top of my head, unfortunately. Terrible names. Anyways, he's wanting to do an Uncharted 2 with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, and I don't know if I need it, but I don't hate it. Like, it was a fun watch.
That's what I was kind of feeling after I left, because I actually went to go see that in theaters. Again, I don't know if I was just bored or something. I was like, it was morbid curiosity. And so I went to see it, and I'm like, that wasn't that bad compared to like stuff like Tomb Raider, or at least the most recent Tomb Raider, and the way they kind of spun some things, like as far as like the game's plot line, I'm like, okay, like I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel if it happens.
Yeah,
so
I would be down. It's set up for a sequel, so why not?
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah,
and probably, I mean, we were talking about this before the podcast, is better than Indiana Jones or the last Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah, I didn't hate the new Indiana Jones movie either. I guess in hindsight, I didn't hate it. It's not one of those movies I'm going to tell people, oh, you need to run out and see, but...
Yeah. Did you like Uncharted more or less?
They feel like two different movies. Uncharted feels more like National Treasure or something to me than...
That's true.
Yeah.
Uncharted had a very National Treasure feel to it. That's another one in our shared universe. Give me the...
We had this idea of a shared universe with Nathan Drake,
National
Lara
Treasure,
Croft,
shared
Indiana
universe.
Jones, and then National Treasure stuff. Oh my gosh, that show flopped apparently super hard. By the way,
yeah, we'll get Lara Croft and Nathan Drake. I almost said Nathan Fillion because it was the same person. Indiana Jones, and they're all after. We'll make it a reality show. Like reality, so this is so stupid. I don't know. I almost want to shut up, but I'm gonna finish it now. We'll make it like a mockumentary reality show, and it'll be all of them working to get the prize.
Oh my gosh, I want Bat in the Sun or somebody to just make that. Like, oh my gosh, I actually want that now.
That would be good for Bat in the Sun.
Oh man,
you must go get this made up artifact. Oh, that's awesome. Would be good. They are. This isn't really in the news or anything. They're doing their last run of Superpower Beatdowns. About the Sun is.
I have not seen those in a while, but that's crazy.
Yep. I don't know what they're doing afterwards, but they are done, I believe, or just about done with the Legend of the White Dragon. So they're prepping finances right now for their last run of Superpower Beatdowns ever.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Been going for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we get into the TV stuff. I've been watching My Hero Academia, and that's basically been it for shows.
Have you watched any more of Superman?
No, I don't have HBO Max. Not HBO Max. I don't have Max right now.
Did they put the first episode for free somewhere or something? Or like I remember you said
I don't know what happened. So I was password sharing.
Oh.
And so that person that I was sharing from got rid of Max to get themselves Disney
Plus. Okay.
And so I was logged in, and it allowed me to watch the first episode. I assume that it's free for everybody.
Yeah, one of those free things. Oh, okay.
But it didn't log me out. It was really weird. Like I was still logged in.
Yes. Yeah, it is weird. Yeah.
So, and then it just...
Yeah, I've had that to where I think I switched accounts or switched emails one time, and I logged into like an old account, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Why did it let me do that still? Yeah.
I figure I'll probably wait until the Flash movie comes out. I'll watch that. Probably like binge through Superman, and then get rid of it because Max is expensive.
It is. I have it bundled with my Hulu stuff though, so it's like it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking at it like without the ads is like almost $20.
They raised the prices again too. A bunch of streaming services like just got through raising their prices.
Yeah.
So I pay for. I'm literally doing the thing we feared would happen. I'm paying for a package for Hulu that's got like Hulu Live and stuff like that, and then I have like with the Disney like the whole, I have that bundle with Disney Plus and like ESPN or whatever, which I don't really use ESPN anyway. But then you can get add-ons for Hulu, and so HBO Max is one of them. So it's like, and then I think the only two separate things I have are like Peacock and Paramount or something, and that's it. But most everything's on one now, so it's like super weird. That like that's a reality now. So
yeah, we called that a long time ago.
We sure did. And then like
really
stuff like Cox has like their own streaming boxes now. You could sign up for Cox and not even get a flipping cable box. Anyway, it's wild. I have been watching more adventures with Superman. This episode was pretty decent. I think it's not my favorite. It's still pretty good though. I think they're leveling out a little bit since they moved some plot points along. But I liked it. It was a good fun episode. There's definitely more anime Easter eggs and things going on. I think Shelley said even the title was like a reference to something. I liked it. It's just to me, this episode wasn't quite as. It's still a good episode, but just I feel like it's one of the weaker ones so far, which feels really weird because I've liked just about every episode that has come out so far. It definitely felt like a weird, I guess, departure in a sort of way, but I liked it. It's super good. Super good show either way. And then I'm also getting back into. I'm on the final season still. I'm trying to get back into Rebels. A few more episodes. I think I'm halfway done. But since Ahsoka comes out like super soon, in like the next few weeks here, so I'm trying to finish that before Ahsoka comes out, and I'm like right on the edge of finishing it.
Yeah.
So
I need to watch like a YouTube catch up or something because I'm gonna be
it's really the kind of theme they're going with this season is interesting because Saw Gerrera is like a big part of the show, especially in later seasons. And if you've watched Clone Wars, it's kind of like, oh, okay, interesting, that makes sense. And his idea of a rebellion, which I mean, I guess we kind of see that in like Rogue One and stuff. Like his idea of a rebellion is completely different from like what everybody else's is. Like what. And so that I really like the themes, and you kind of see characters like Ezra and stuff like that actually kind of doing the kind of mental footwork to be like, oh, like, is he right or not? You know, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's really interesting to see them go through those thought processes and, you know, kind of decide for themselves, like, what they want out of, like, the Rebel Alliance and, like, where they stand and stuff like that. Because Ezra's always fixated on, like, oh, we're going to win. I got to take down the Empire and stuff like that. And it's like, well, that may not be as easy as you think. And it's just, like, him, you know, kind of just taking everything he knows from all the characters around him and, like, thinking, you know, it's really good. I feel like the writing this last season has been really good. Not that it hasn't before, but it's just something I've really noticed. That's super cool. So, yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Cool. We'll get into the TV news then. We just got one here, and that is the trailer for Daryl, Dixon, which is the spinoff with Daryl in France. Everyone has British accents, which I don't totally understand.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
But the one redeeming quality for me is it looks a bit like medieval in a lot of ways. Obviously,
yeah,
it's
they're going for
day.
an aesthetic. Almost.
Yeah. There are a lot of these chapels and like castles and even the Eiffel Tower. They just get this kind of like medieval look to the color grading.
Yeah,
feels almost like the Last Kingdom or like a Game of Thrones. And that's kind of cool.
yeah,
they have these big wars and stuff.
Yeah, especially if like I don't know, like you know that's so far the apocalypse is so far gone. Like maybe they've had like digressed kind of back into the Middle Age sort of thing. You know, because we don't know what happened in other parts of the world, you know, so it's like, it'd be interesting to see.
Yep, it looks neat. I just don't know. If I were to watch them, I would watch either, I want to watch Maggie and Negan's, I can't remember what it was called.
It's like Dark something City or, I don't know.
Yeah.
That one seems more interesting to me even, and I haven't watched Walking Dead in a very long time.
I might watch that one. I think it's already out if it's not finished. And then I may watch Daryl Dixon, but I'll have to wait. I'm probably gonna wait till reviews on that before
right.
Jump on it. There's so many other things to watch.
Really,
it's hard to keep up. But,
mm-hmm.
And then the Rick and Michonne one, I was really excited about that being a movie, and now it's a show, and I'm probably not gonna watch the show.
I liked the idea of the Rick stuff being like movie stuff, and I guess
Hollywood movies. I would have been so down.
Yeah.
I do understand that probably wouldn't have done well in a movie theater, but make it a TV movie would have been fine.
Yeah,
I don't need the I don't want the time commitment. But that's all the TV news we have. I believe we both have some tabletop.
Nice.
Discussions to happen. So go ahead, LJ.
Cool. So this week, yesterday, as of this recording, me and my buddy Caleb, he goes by Spacehawk on Twitter, we started a thing that he created from the ground up, a post-apocalyptic tabletop RPG that's derived from Dungeons and Dragons, called the Book of Astra. And I don't know how much I shared last time, but we actually started a session. It's super cool. I play as this like elemental character this elemental race that can change elements. Like when he wakes up, basically, like he can choose what element he wants to change into each day. But the twist here is I'm actually technically playing as two characters because it's almost like it's like this is definitely taking place after the end of the world, and so the plot twist with my character is he actually shares two different identities in one body, almost like a Firestorm thing, but it's a husband and wife kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm just really excited because that's going to challenge me with roleplay and stuff like that. And so my character is a class called Delivery Express, which is basically inspired by like Fallout, and kind of like I kind of almost want it to be like partially Death Stranding vibes too, But it was super cool. We had our first session last night, and a few of us kind of felt like we had to knock the rust off a little bit, just getting back into the swing of things. It's been a while since I played. It's been a while since my buddy DM'd, but we do have it. I think I gotta put it up this week, but we're actually putting it on YouTube and Spotify for more archival purposes. Like it's not like we're trying to make content out of it or anything. But eventually he does want to, like when we kind of work through some of the kinks and just figure out what needs to be added, he does want to put it as some kind of like PDF or something, because there are other tabletop mechanics out there in certain games that we know of that have actually like sold PDFs online, and like almost like a Kickstarter like backer type of thing, like Indiegogo type of thing. So he eventually wants to actually like distribute it for other people to play. So this is very much a first run kind of playtest thing. One thing that we were talking about last night, I was looking at the rule book and I'm like, oh, we should have probably put range for some of these guns, right? And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I actually didn't think of that. That's a good idea. So, there are things that we're still going to go back and rework, that he's going to go back and rework, and I'm handling the production side of things right now, and so he can just kind of focus on that. So it's kind of neat that we've kind of teamed up on this, and it's been really cool. We're partnering with Comics and the Cross, which is another awesome group. They got their own D&D campaign thing going on Mondays. Like they're probably actively playing as we're recording this, but it's really cool to have most of them playing and them helping promote it too. So it's a really fun thing we got going on. So
it's cool.
I'm excited to see what else comes out of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Go for it. You got some stuff?
A little bit. I spent this week, so next week is our it'll be this coming Sunday will be our session 2 for our D&D campaign.
Nice.
And so that's been a lot of what I've been playing with, basically, is building the story out and there was so much I wanted to do with a specific it's a pirate theme for where they went, and that was one that I was hoping they would actually do later on in the story. I had these areas, and because I had so many ideas, I got this really cool playlist made that is like, Assassin's Creed Black Flag music and like gangster rap music.
Okay.
And given the player that is the pirate in this story, that'll work really well for her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think it'll contrast in a lot of fun ways. I think it'll be cool.
That's cool.
Fighting some other pirates, and it just gets. I have like this cinematic version of Gangster's Paradise.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm playing with the music a lot.
Nice.
And that's the nice thing about when you're streaming. You're not streaming it, on like live or anything. Is you kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
We had some friends that wanted to do it live or record it or anything.
Yeah.
I was like, I like the enjoyment of being able to just like, this is our thing together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's been really neat. So, but I've been building pirate ships with popsicle sticks and
foam. That's cool.
Yeah,
getting way into it.
It'll be shops.
That's legit.
And that was I almost I could spend 2 more months working on it. So props to everyone who does a weekly session, because a month doesn't feel long enough to me. Part of that is because I wait till like a week before, but yeah,
awesome.
It's a lot of work. But we're really, really excited about it. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure I'll tell you guys how it goes.
Oh yeah,
next week.
Yeah, like the whole reason I'm playing, again, is because like hearing you and Shelly talk about it, and then just hearing about, the stuff that the other crew we're working with has been playing too. So it's like now I'm excited because I'm playing again. Like I literally still have all my dice sets and everything. I'll have to show y'all, but I got this dice set coming in from one of the Comics and the Cross's sponsors, but it's literally a Weird West themed dice. But it's like brass, and it's like one of their metal ones, and it's literally got gears like looking on the inside. So it's almost got this like steampunk like Western theme. I'm just like,
yeah, it's neat.
I'm into it again. It's exciting.
Yeah, we bought. We have our own like sets of nice dice, and then because we didn't know how many we were gonna need, we just bought like a pack.
Nice.
Of like, I think there's 12. There might be 24. Bags of dice, like sets of dice that we bought. They're all different colors. But it's so funny because so many of our friends that are playing are new to D&D. And so I'll just say it's little things that I think will like be funny, and they won't, like they just won't get it at all. And so
over their head.
Yeah,
that's great.
I'll think with the dice, and I was like, "Did you bring your cookie clacks?"
Like,
and
what?
Anyways, play D&D, and I was like, it's just a dumb way of saying dice.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What's a clicky clack?" Like so seriously, and I was like,
"That's great."
It's cool that it's such an experience for everyone too.
That's exciting.
Not that me and my wife are experts by any means. We only played a few sessions,
But that's awesome, though.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it. It's really cool to, like, build a story for someone else and watch them. I guess that's what I do a lot of Geeks Under Grace, right? Is, like, I love building these big events and then watching the events happen. And so I guess, in a way, I didn't think about that until just now recording, but on a small scale, that's what this is building this little, like...
I would agree. Like, sitting back and observing those kind of things, like, especially when you put it that way, it's...
Getting to see people enjoy it, and you're like, oh, cool, I helped make that happen.
Capturing those moments, just, like, being like, yeah, just, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For me, yeah, that's more fun than actually experiencing something, is, like, building an experience for somebody else.
Yeah.
Getting to see the enjoyment that they get out of it.
Yeah.
Makes you feel valued. But that's the message for today. Build something for someone else. Make someone else's... Bring a little bit of joy to someone else's life.
Yeah.
Cool. We will end the podcast there then. LJ, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok at LJ the Paladin.
Cool. You can find me on Instagram at Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.
Peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. We love hearing from you, so feel free to ask us questions or just comment on the show by using the hashtag GUGcast on Twitter, or by joining the GUGcast questions channel in the Geeks Under Grace Discord. If you like this episode, consider leaving a review or rating of our show on your favorite podcast app. If you want even more Geeks Under Grace, you can always go to geeksundergrace.com. We love you all so much, so thank you for listening.
It's on!